Okay, bro, you continue. I'm feeling sleepy, bro. I will go, huh?
Yes,
Please
thank
take
you
care,
so
bro.
much,
Thank you,
Prabhu,
bro.
for association.
Thank you so much for the
It's really
association,
nice to hear
bro.
from you. Hopefully everything goes good. Jai
Yes,
Shri
bro.
Prabhupada.
Yes,
Sure,
bro.
bro. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir. Hare. Yes.
Krishna. Yes, bro. Sorry, bro. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, you can
Hare
start. Haribol.
Yes, bro. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanativirandasya Gnananjalachalakaya Chakshurunmitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya श्रीचैतन्यामनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं राद्वैतं सावधूतं पादं सगुणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णवेष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारणे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम कृष्ण भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे हरि बोल
Haribol. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay,
Thank you so much.
today we read chapter 17. Two,
Yes, bro.
Liberation of King Jarasandha. In the great assembly of respectable persons, citizens, friends, relatives, brahmanas, kshatriyas, and vaishyas, King Yudhishthira, in the presence of all, including his brothers, directly addressed Lord Krishna as follows. My dear Lord Krishna, the sacrifice known as Raja Suya Yagna is to be performed by the emperor, and it is considered to be the king of all sacrifices. By performing this sacrifice, I wish to satisfy all the demigods who are your empowered representatives within this material world. And I wish that you will kindly help me in this great adventure so that it may be successfully executed. As far as the Pandavas are concerned, we have nothing to ask from the demigods. We are personally fully satisfied by being your devotees. As you say in Bhagavad Gita, persons who are bewildered by material desires worship the demigods. But our purpose is different. I want to perform this Rajasua sacrifice and invite the demigods to show them that they have no power independent of you. They are all your servants, and you are the supreme personality of Godhead. Foolish persons with a poor fund of knowledge consider your lordship an ordinary human being. Sometimes they try to find fault in you, and sometimes they defame you. Therefore, I wish to perform this Rajasua Yagna. I wish to invite all the demigods, beginning from the Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other exalted chiefs of the heavenly planets, and in that great assembly of demigods from all parts of the universe, I want to substantiate that you are the supreme personality of Godhead, and that everyone is your servant. My dear Lord, those who are constantly in Krishna consciousness and who think of your lotus feet or of your shoes certainly become free from all contamination of material life. Persons who are entangled in your service in full Krishna consciousness, who meditate upon you only, or who offer prayers unto you are purified souls. Being constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness service, such persons become freed from the cycle of repeated birth and death. They do not even desire to become freed from this material existence or to enjoy material opulences. Their desires are fulfilled by Krishna conscious activities. As far as we are concerned, we are fully surrendered unto your lotus feet, and by your grace we are so fortunate to see you personally. Therefore, naturally we have no desire for material opulences. The verdict of the Vedic wisdom is that you are the supreme person of Godhead. I want to establish this fact, and I also want to show the world the difference between accepting you as the supreme person of Godhead and accepting you as an ordinary, powerful historical person. I wish to show the world that one can attain the highest perfection of life simply by taking shelter at your lotus feet, exactly as one can satisfy the branches, twigs, leaves, and flowers of an entire tree simply by watering the root. Thus, if one takes to Krishna consciousness, his life becomes fulfilled both materially and spiritually. This does not mean that you are partial to the Krishna conscious person and are indifferent to the non Krishna conscious person. You are equal to everyone. That is your declaration. You cannot be partial to one and not interested in others because you are sitting in everyone's heart as the super soul and giving everyone the respective results of his fruitive activities. You give every living entity the chance to enjoy the material world as he desires. As super soul, you are sitting in the body along with the living entity, giving him the results of his own actions, as well as opportunities to turn toward your devotional service by developing Krishna consciousness. You openly declare that one should surrender unto you, giving up all other engagements, and that you will take charge of him, giving him relief from the reactions of all sins. You are like the desire tree in the heavenly planets, which awards benediction according to one's desires. Everyone is free to achieve the highest perfection, but if one does not so desire, then your awarding of lesser benedictions is not due to partiality. On hearing this statement of King Yudhishthira, Lord Krishna replied as follows. My dear King Yudhishthira, O killer of the enemies, O ideal justice personified, I completely support your decision to perform the Rajasuya sacrifice. By performing this great sacrifice, your good name will remain well established forever in the history of human civilization. My dear King, may I inform you that it is the desire of all great sages, your forefathers, the demigods, and your relatives and friends, including myself, that you perform this sacrifice, and I think that it will satisfy every living entity. But because it is necessary, I request that you first of all conquer all the kings of the world and collect all requisite paraphernalia for executing this great sacrifice. My dear King Yudhishthira, your four brothers are direct representatives of important demigods like Indra, Varuna, etc. It is said that Bhima was born of the demigod Varuna, and Arjuna was born of the demigod Indra, whereas King Yudhishthira himself was born of the demigod Yamaraj. Your brothers are great heroes, and you are the most pious and self-controlled king, and therefore known as Dharmaraj. All of you are so qualified in devotional service unto me that I have become rivaled by you. No, what is this rivaled? It says. Hmm. Oh. Hare Krishna Lebang Prabhu.
Hare
Dada
Krishna, Labang Prabhu,
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Prabhu.
Haribo.
Prabhupada.
Where are you, Prabhu? I think you are in Kurukshetra war.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. I just passed a little bit. I'm still there where Lord Krishna is reciting the Bhagavad Gita mantras.
Hmm.
I think you are fighting in Kurukshetra war.
Oh, Hare Krishna Pranjal also. Hare Krishna Pranjal Prabhu. Dandat Ram Jai Shri Prabhupada.
So glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Now
Yes,
Krishna is talking to Yudhishthira. Lord Krishna told Yudhishthira that he becomes conquered by the love of one who has conquered his senses. One who has not conquered his senses cannot conquer the Supreme Person of Godhead. This is the secret of devotional service. To conquer the senses means to engage them constantly in the service of the Lord. The specific qualification of all the Pandava brothers was that they always engaged their senses in the service of the Lord. One who thus engages his senses becomes purified, and with purified senses one can actually render service to the Lord. The Lord can thus be conquered by the devotee by loving transcendental service. Lord Krishna continued, there is no one in the three worlds of the universe, including the powerful demigods, who can surpass my devotees in any of six opulences, namely wealth, strength, reputation, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. Therefore, if you want to conquer the worldly kings, there is no possibility of their emerging victorious. When Lord Krishna thus encouraged King Yudhishthira, the king's face brightened like a blossoming flower because of transcendental happiness, and thus he ordered his younger brothers to conquer all the worldly kings in all directions. Lord Krishna empowered the Pandavas to execute his great mission of chastising the infidel miscreants of the world and giving protection to his faithful devotees. In his Vishnu form, the Lord therefore carries four kinds of weapons in his four hands. He carries a lotus flower and a conch shell in two hands, and in the other two hands he carries a club and a disc. The club and disc are meant for the non-devotees, but because the Lord is the Supreme Absolute, the result and action of all his weapons is one and the same. With the club and the disc, he chastises the miscreants so that they may come to their senses and know that they are not all in all. Over them there is the Supreme Lord. And by bugling with the conch shell and by offering blessings with the lotus flower, he always assures the devotees that no one can vanquish them, even in the greatest calamity. King Yudhishthira, being thus assured by the indication of Lord Krishna, ordered his younger brother Sahadeva, accompanied by soldiers of the Srinjaya tribe, to conquer the southern countries. Similarly, he ordered Nakula, accompanied by the soldiers of Matsya Desha, to conquer the kings of the western side. He sent Arjuna, accompanied by the soldiers of Kekaya Desha, to conquer the kings of the northern side, and Bhishmasena, accompanied by the soldiers of Madra Desha, Madras, was ordered to conquer the kings on the eastern side. It may be noted that by dispatching his younger brothers to conquer in different directions, King Yudhishthira did not actually intend that they declare war with the kings. Actually, the brothers started for different directions to inform their respective kings about King Yudhishthira's intention to perform the Rajasura sacrifice. The kings were thus informed that they were required to pay taxes for the execution of the sacrifice. This payment of taxes to Emperor Yudhishthira meant that the king accepted his subjugation before him. In case of a king's refusal to act accordingly, there was certainly a fight. Thus, by their influence and strength, the brothers conquered all the kings in different directions, and they were able to bring in sufficient taxes and presentations. These were brought before King Yudhishthira by his brothers. King Yudhishthira was very anxious, however, when he heard that King Jarasandha of Magadha did not accept his sovereignty. Oh, King Jarasandha, he didn't pay taxes. Seeing King Yudhishthira's anxiety, Lord Krishna informed him of the plan explained by Uddhava for conquering King Jarasandha. Bhishmasena, Arjuna, and Lord Krishna then started together for Girivraja, the capital city of Jarasandha, Rajgir. Dressing themselves in the garb of Brahmanas, this was the plan devised by Uddhava before Lord Krishna started for Hastinapura, and now it was given practical application. King Jarasandha was very was a very dutiful householder, and he had great respect for the Brahmanas. He was a great fighter, a Kshatriya king, but he was never neglectful of the Vedic injunctions. According to the Vedic injunctions, the Brahmanas are considered to be the spiritual masters of all other castes. Lord Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhishma Sena were actually Kshatriyas, but they dressed themselves as Brahmanas. Why they cheated like that? And at the
Yeah, remember that. But Prabhu, isn't it where they're gonna get Draupadi to marry the five Pandavas?
I'm not sure, Prabhu. Let's see.
Okay, Prabhu.
But I've heard before that Indra was doing this. He tried to steal the horse. There was some Rajas who sacrificed. I don't know who was going to do, but King Indra
Oh,
tried to
yes, sir.
steal the horse by he dressed as a Brahmana and he tried to steal
Oh,
the horse. So now Krishna is doing this. Let's see what is
yes.
there.
Did was it isn't it after the what Duryodhan tried to set them up with the wax house?
I don't remember if it happened yet in here.
Yes, Prabhu.
Did
Okay,
it
Prabhu.
happen? Yes, Prabhu, I think.
Okay, Prabhu.
Lord Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhishma Sena were actually Kshatriyas, but they dressed themselves as Brahmanas, and at the time when King Jarasandha was to give charity to the Brahmanas and receive them as guests, they approached him. Lord Krishna, in the dress of a Brahmana, said to the king, "We wish all glories to your majesty. We are three guests at your royal palace, and we are coming from a great distance. We have come to ask you for charity, and we hope that you will kindly bestow upon us whatever we ask from you. We know about your good qualities. A person who is tolerant is always prepared to tolerate everything, even though distressful. Just as a criminal can perform the most abominable acts, so gratefully charitable person like you can give anything and everything he is asked for. For a great personality like you, there is no distinction between relatives and outsiders. A famous man lives forever, and even after his death. Therefore, any person who is completely fit and able to execute acts which will perpetuate his good name and fame, and yet does not do so, becomes abominable in the eyes of great persons. Such a person cannot be condemned enough, and his refusal to give charity is lamentable throughout his whole life. Your Majesty must have heard the glorious name of charitable personalities such as Harish, Harishand, Harishandra, Shantideva, and Mugdala, who used to live only on grains picked up from the paddy field, and the great Maharaj Shibi, who saved the life of a pigeon by supplying flesh from his own body. Ooh. The great personalities have attained immortal fame simply by sacrificing this temporary and imperishable body. Lord Krishna, in the garb of a Brahmana, thus informed Jarasandha that fame is imperishable, but the body is perishable. If one can attain imperishable name and fame by sacrificing his perishable body, he becomes very respectable figure in the history of human civilization. While Lord Krishna was speaking in the garb of a Brahmana along with Arjuna and Bhima, Jarasandha marked that the three of them did not appear to be actual Brahmanas. Oh, they got caught. There were signs of their bodies on their bodies by which Jarasandha could understand that they were Kshatriyas. Hmm. Their shoulders were marked with an impression due to carrying bows. They had beautiful bodily structure, and their voices were grave and commanding. Thus he definitely concluded that they were not Brahmanas, but Kshatriyas. He was also thinking that he had seen them somewhere before. Although these three persons were Kshatriyas, they had come to his door begging alms like Brahmanas. Therefore he decided that he would fulfill their desires, in spite of their being Kshatriyas. He thought in this way because their position had already been diminished by their appearing before him as beggars. Under the circumstance, he thought, I am prepared to give them anything, even if they ask for my body, I should not hesitate to offer it to them. In this regard, he began to think of Bali Maharaj. Lord Vishnu, in the dress of Brahmana, appeared as a beggar before Bali, and in that way he snatched away all of his opulence and kingdom. He did this for the benefit of Indra, who, having been defeated by Bali Maharaj, was bereft of his kingdom. Although Bali Maharaj was cheated, his reputation as a great devotee who was able to give anything and everything in charity is still glorified throughout the three worlds. Bali Maharaj could guess that the Brahmana was Lord Vishnu himself, and that he had come to him to take away his opulent kingdom on behalf of Indra. Bali's spiritual master and the family priest Shukracharya repeatedly warned him about this. And yet Bali did not hesitate to give in charity whatever the Brahmana wanted, and at last he gave up everything to that Brahmana. It is my strong determination, thought Jarasandha, that if I can achieve immortal reputation by sacrificing this perishable body, I must act for that purpose. The life of a Kshatriya who does not live for the benefit of the Brahmana is certainly condemned. Ribol, who wants to continue? There's 3 pages.
Yeah, I can continue, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Ooh, Hare Krishna Devaraj Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Nam Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Prabhu, Krishna Prabhu, Jai Shri Prabhu.
Jai Prabhupada, Tribhu.
Okay, Prabhu, I just want to tilt my phone. Actually, King Jarasandha was very liberal in giving charity to the Brahmana. Ooh, just waiting for this text, Prabhu. Oh, actually, King Jarasandha was very liberal in giving charity to the Brahmanas, and thus he informed Lord Krishna, Bhima, and Arjuna, my dear Brahmanas, you can ask from me whatever you like. If you so desire, you can take my head also. I'm prepared to give it. After this, Lord Krishna addressed Jarasandha as follows, my dear king, please note that we are not actually Brahmanas, nor have we come to ask for foodstuffs or stuffs or grains. We are all kshatriyas and we have come to beg a duel with you. We hope that you will agree to this proposal. You may note that here is the second son of King Pandu, Bhishma Sena, and the third son of Pandu, Arjuna. As for myself, you may know that I am your I'm your old enemy, Krishna, the cousin of the Pandavas. When Lord Krishna disclosed the disguise, King Jarasandha began to laugh very loudly, and then, in great anger and in a grave voice, he exclaimed, you fools, if you want to fight with me, I immediately grant you I immediately grant your request. But Krishna, I know that you are a coward. I refuse to fight with you because you become very confused when you face me in fighting. Out of fear of me, you left your own city, Mathura, and now you have taken shelter within the sea. Therefore, I must refuse to fight with you as far as Arjuna is concerned. I know that he is younger than me and is not an equal fighter. I refuse to fight with him because he is not in any way an equal competitor. But as far as Bhishma Sena is concerned, I think he is. Prabhu, wasn't he fighting with someone who was like demoniac? Because I think I remember something when they disguised. There are two scenarios when they disguised. When they were about to marry, I think they were going to ask for Durpati, and then there was a time a demon was cut in half, I think. Or I think
Oh
or he
yeah,
came in half.
I think it may be these only. This person
Oh,
where
okay.
Bhimsen, after Krishna instructs him.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh yeah, Jarasandha is the demon. I think he was very powerful that he had to fight with Bhima in the wrestling, something like a wrestling, and then he
Oh
divided
yes,
him.
yes, yes,
Yes, yes.
exactly. Yeah, he was fighting, but Jarasandha, Bhima would tear him apart, but Jarasandha would join like
Oh, no
together.
spoilers,
So
Prabhu.
Krishna then we
Oh, let's not spoil it, Prabhu.
yeah,
Oh, I
very nice twist.
oh
Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu. Where should I start, Prabhu? Or where you highlighted? Okay.
Hmm.
After speaking in this way, King Jarasandha immediately handed a very was I there? But as far as Bhimasena is concerned, I think he is a suitable competitor to fight with me. After speaking in this way, King Jarasandha immediately handed a very heavy club to Bhimasena, and he himself took another. And thus all of them went outside the city walls to fight. Bhimasena and King Jarasandha engaged themselves in fighting, and with their respective clubs, which were as strong as thunderbolts, they began to strike on another very severely. Both of them began being eager to fight. They were both expert fighters with clubs, and their techniques of striking one another were so beautiful that they appeared to be two dramatic artists dancing on a stage. When the clubs of Jarasandha and Bhishmasena loudly coil, is it coiled it? They sounded like the impact of the big tasks of two fighting elephants, or like a thunderbolt in a flashing electrical storm. When two elephants fight together in a sugar cane field, each of them snatches a stick of sugar cane, and by catching it tightly in its trunk, strikes the other. Each elephant heavily strikes his enemy's shoulders, arms, collarbones, chest, thighs, waist, and legs, and in this way the sticks of sugarcane are smashed. Similarly, all the clubs used by Jarasandha and Bhishmasena were broken, and so the two enemies prepared to fight with their strong fist hands. Both Jarasandha and Bhishmasena were very angry, and they began to smash each other with their fists. The striking of their fists sounded like the striking of iron bars too, or like the sound of thunderbolts, and they appeared to be like two elephants fighting. Unfortunately, however, neither was able to defeat the other because both were very expert in fighting. Both were of equal strength, and their fighting techniques were equal also. Neither Jarasandha nor Bhishmasena became fatigued or defeated in their fighting, although they struck each other continually. At the end of a day's fighting, both lived at night as friends in Jarasandha's palace, and the next day they fought again. In this way, they passed 27 days in fighting. Yo. The 28th day, Bhishmasena told Krishna, "My dear Krishna, I must frankly admit that I cannot conquer Jarasandha." Lord Krishna, however, knew the mystery of the birth of Jarasandha. Yeah, it's this one, Prabhu. Jarasandha was born in two different parts from the two different mothers. Where his father saw the baby was useless, he threw the two parts in the forest, where they were later found by a black-hearted witch named Jara. She managed to join the two parts of the baby from top to bottom. Knowing this, Lord Krishna therefore also knew how to kill him. He gave hints to Bhishmasena that since Jarasandha was brought to life by the joining of the two parts of his body, he could be killed by the separation of the two parts. Thus, Lord Krishna transferred his power into the body of Bhishmasena and informed him of the device by which Jarasandha could be killed. Lord Krishna immediately picked up a twig from a tree and taking it, his hands bifurcated it. This is in this way he hinted to Bhishmasena how Jarasandha could be killed. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is omnipotent, and if he wants to kill someone, no one can save that person. Similarly, if he wants to save someone, no one can kill him. Informed by the hints of Lord Krishna, Bhishmasena immediately took hold of the legs of Jarasandha. and threw him to the ground. When Jarasandha fell to the ground, Bhishmasena immediately pressed one of Jarasandha's leg and to the ground and took hold of the other leg with the two hands. Catching Jarasandha in this way, he tore his body in two, beginning from the anus up to the head, as an elephant breaks the branches of a tree in two. So Bhishmasena separated the body of Jarasandha. The audience, yes, you can go down, Prabhu. Audience standing nearby saw that the body of Jarasandha was now divided into two halves, so that each half had one leg, one thigh, one testicle, one breast, half a backbone, half a chest, one collarbone, one arm, one eye, one ear, and half a face. As soon as the news of Jarasanda's death was announced, all the city. I think Prabhu they wanted to do what do you call this ritual? I forgot it about the Rama. What? That's why they had to kill him because he was capturing all the kings.
Ashwamedh Yagna?
Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Ashwamedh Yagna.
Oh yes.
Horse sacrifice.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
They asked charity. They went in the garb of Brahmanas and they asked charity, and Yarachandra said, "Oh, I will give charity," and then they said, "Okay, we will have a duel. We will have to ask for a duel."
Oh yes, Prabhu. As soon as the news of Jarasanda's death was announced, all the citizens of Magadha began to cry, "Alas, alas!" while Lord Krishna and Arjuna embraced Bhishmasena to congratulate him. Although Jarasandha was killed, neither Krishna nor the two Pandavas brothers made a claim to the throne. Their purpose in killing Jarasandha was to stop him from creating a disturbance against the proper discharge of world peace. A demon always creates disturbance, whereas a demigod always tries to keep peace in the world. The mission of Lord Krishna is to give protection to the righteous people, peasants, and to kill the demons who disturb a peaceful situation. Therefore, Lord Krishna immediately called for the son of Jarasandha, whose name was Sahadev, and with due ritualistic ceremonies, he asked him to occupy the seat of his father and region over the kingdom peacefully. Lord Krishna is the master of the whole cosmic creation, and he wants everyone to live peacefully and execute Krishna's consciousness. After installing Sahadevs on the throne, he released all the kings and princes who had been imprisoned unnecessarily by Jarasandha. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the second volume, 7th chapter of Krishna, Liberation of King Jarasandha. Haribo.
Oh, thank you so much, Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, meaning that series that I'm watching, it's so accurate, hey? Because I can now imagine what they're talking about because I've seen the scene already.
You're
So now
watching
when
a
you
web
read-
series regarding this?
Sorry, Prabhu.
I am saying you are watching a web series? What web series?
Yeah, I'm watching Mahabharat. It's called Mahabharat. It's a series. It has
Ah, yes,
109 episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, most of the things that they explain, like even when Kamsa was wrestling, you remember
Yes.
when Kamsa was wrestling Lord Krishna? Yeah, it
No,
also
no.
appears.
Our parent used to forcefully make us watch this Mahabharat when we were kids. You know, it used
Yeah,
to
I've
come
not
on our
seen it.
TV. So they used to forcefully. I wanted to watch cartoons, but they were like, no, you watch this.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That's funny.
wow.
Oh, tomorrow Lord Krishna returns to the city of Hastinapura. Ribo.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, so many princes. 20,000.
So, Prabhu, Lord Krishna's book is actually Mahabharat. It's like
No.
A
there's no
part of it.
difference.
After, yes, some
It
part.
is Krishna's
Oh, some
pastime.
part.
In
Yes.
Mahabharata, you
Oh,
don't have Do you have Krishna's pastime with the gopis?
Yeah, all the Vrindavan and all stuff is not there. All of the Vrindavan and Mathura stuff. But when Krishna helps Arjuna, all that stuff is there.
Ah, yes, Prabhu. See, it's missing the most important parts of Krishna book. Is there all the
Oh,
killing
yeah.
of the demon? Yeah, there is not, I think.
No, no, Prabhu.
Ah,
In
yes.
Mahabharata, it is not there.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay. Yeah, in the
Mahabharata
beginning.
is mostly like of all the Kurus and that
Yeah,
Pandavas.
yeah,
Yes.
it's from Krishna book volume 2, I think it starts mostly. In the volume 1 it is just Krishna's birth and his early pastimes and all those.
Oh, yes. I see Pranjal Prabhu appears in the Sadhana report now, the Sadhana chart,
So
and
who?
he's actually number 1 now.
Oh, I forgot to fill it, Prabhu. I need to fill it.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. I only filled in Saturday today, hey? Prabhu,
Yes,
was
Prabhu.
there Ishtagoshti, Prabhu? There was no Ishtagoshti, right?
Yeah, no, because there was the flood.
Oh, the flood.
Yes, Prabhu, a lot of water.
Oh, I saw from.
Is
I forgot.
everyone fine, Prabhu? The flood is the flood too bad?
Now it's Bajari Prabhu said that now it's draining now. He
Still
said the
raining. What's
rain
happening to
stopped.
India with rain?
What, Prabhu?
I was like, what's happening with India with rain? A lot of rain.
Yes, Prabhu. Suddenly a lot of rain came to Pondicherry.
Devotees are chanting Hare Krishna very nicely, I guess.
Yes, Prabhu. Today they made khichdi and they made some prasadam distribution.
Oh, yes. Because I saw the water surrounding, I think, the temple.
Yes, Prabhu. It was a lot of water.
Yeah. And hey, Prabhu, this sadhana chart, it kind of confuses me, hey? I'm not used to it yet.
Oh, which one?
Like the new one, the daily sadhana report, where we fill in our
Oh, yes,
sadhana
Prabhu.
daily.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
different. Before
because
I
I'm trying to
did it
see
at once. I used
this.
to fit it really easily, but now it's different.
Yes, yes.
There is Madhu Mangala stage. Oh, there's confetti for new records. Oh, what is this?
Restaurant and Coca-Cola. You know, I always forget to watch those videos.
Okay, Haribo, we need to
You
chant.
can also add me. My name is not there.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, I think Pranjal Prabhu can add you. Or do you have access to Prabhu?
I don't remember how it works. Let's see.
I think you go there, manage, and then it needs a password.
Oh, manage.
I think
Oh, I did hacking. What do you want as name, Prabhu?
Devash Prabhu Bhakta Devash.
Dev, yes, Bhakta Deva.
Actually, I saw everyone name starts with Bhakta.
Yes, so instead of a surname, sign,
Oh, Shivransh Prabhu is with a strong lead. Lebohang is second. Where am I? Oh, I'm far away.
Yeah, because you're doing book distribution now, hey?
No, Prabhu. I'm just eating. There's
Prasadam.
pizza and some potatoes.
Yeah, Prabhu, I just want to ask you the session that was going on earlier, like, are we gonna get more of those sessions or what? Because it's my first time seeing such a teaching from Zoom session.
Yes, Prabhu. We paid. It was like we paid to the something to join the group, like 500 rupees.
You paid, like, I don't get it, Prabhu. Like, you paid
actually,
Vishwa.
Yeah, there was like a Bhagavad Gita course, and we paid like 500 rupees and we joined the group.
Can I also join this group, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. But I don't know, cause yeah, I think you can join, but let's see who is the admin.
I think I can ask Priyans Prabhu or Bhakta Hari Prabhu. Maybe they can guide it. Or you can see there is like
Oh, there is
info.
Vishwambar Prabhu, there is Sham
Yes.
Govinda, Prahlad Prabhu, Rishikesh Prabhu.
Yes.
But
So,
everyone
Prabhu,
paid
when there's
like
a Zoom
500.
session,
What, Prabhu?
so when there's a Zoom session, are we gonna be able to join?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu.
This is every week.
Oh
But
yeah.
I couldn't see the
I
screen while the lecture was going, so I couldn't read the document at the same time. So I missed because
Oh,
yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Today's class was very interesting.
yes, Prabhu, there is the ocean of Bhakti, and we are studying the eastern side.
Yes, Prabhu. It tells about the sadhana bhakti.
Yes, Prabhu.
It was
Yeah.
very nice introduction to the sadhana bhakti. From next session, they will start what the actual sadhana bhakti up to the 16th chapter of devotion, nectar of devotions.
Yes, Prabhu.
It was very interesting actually. I am also wondered this session by watching this session today.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
How it is by sadhana bhakti, if doing sadhana bhakti also we can't able to get Krishna.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Yeah, I remember. What
It was
I what example Prabhu gave? I forgot it now. It was
which one, bro?
about that sadhana bhakti. He said one thing. He said that Krishna doesn't give was it bhava or some which one he said Krishna doesn't give this really easily because
Yes, bro.
then he has to
Because
be controlled.
yes,
Yeah,
bro.
Krishna, I
Because
mean, Krishna gives liberation and money very easily, but he does not give bhakti. Like I have like listened to this verse in Nimai Prabhu's class.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it
Krishna
was.
very easily grants liberation and all that money. If you ask him for money or liberation, he very easily give. But this devotee, I mean, devotional service, he doesn't give it very easily. Very
and it is
difficult to
also
obtain.
very it is also very deep deep in knowledge. It is
Yes.
it is more difficult to understand, but
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu will explain very easily with their with their presentation.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, he said he doesn't give this highest bhakti easily because then he has to be controlled by them. So
So, like the
he said Krishna is like
Krishna,
a pet dog for the he said,
yes,
and
yes, yes.
then he called
mm,
Vrindavan is
like
not kingdom but is queendom. He said it's like
yes,
queendom because there the
yes,
gopis control Krishna.
yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, Prabhu, I'm actually confused. Like the group that you guys are in, it's like 500 rupees.
Yes, everyone in the beginning paid 500 rupees. So if someone joins, it's fair that they also send some.
Okay. Oh,
Laibam
500
Prabhu,
rupees.
Laibam
Yes,
Prabhu, it is
Prabhu.
not about it is not about the money
Yes, Prabhu.
because it starts the course. They started course Bhagavad Gita course first. So for some services, we gave the donation of 500 rupees like that. So
Oh, like that.
Yes, Prabhu.
they can conduct some
So
online
is
session.
it month? Is it? Oh, do you pay it monthly or is it once off?
It was
No, no,
once
only
in the
one.
beginning.
Oh, okay, Prabhu. Because I also wanna pay it, eh?
Yes, Prabhu. You can ask Prahlad Prabhu or some devotees of who can admin.
Yes,
You
Prabhu.
can join all those.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. I will
Aribo.
also ask for one for them. So uh, You can join.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
We'll
It was very
thank
nice.
you.
Oh, yeah, there is sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, prema bhakti. But what was the samanya bhakti overview?
It is very deep and Prabhu. It
Yes,
was
Prabhu.
like I was surprised today. The session was like very wonderful, very inspiring.
And 500 rupees is just only 100 rand in South Africa, 107 rand.
And many
Very
of these
cheap.
are the words are not familiar to me. Some things. Oh, some.
And it looks organized, Prabhu.
Man, Sandrananda Vishesatma manifests condensed bliss.
Shri Krishna Akirchini attracts Krishna. Is that Srimati Radharani's name?
Yes, I think.
Oh, Hare Krishna Nil Prabhu Dandar Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna
Very
ne Prabhu
Hare
Dhanapram
Krishna, Neo
Prabhupada.
Prabhu, please accept my obeisances of glories to Srila Prabhupada. Haribo.
oh,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Like I think Prabhu was recorded the session, so
Yes,
Prabhu can send the links of session 1 and 2.
So, Prabhus, Vivek Prabhu and Neil Prabhu, are you guys going back home since it's December?
Sorry?
Yes.
Or was like, are you
Our
going home
vacation
yet?
starts from 20th. My vacation.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Where, Prabhu?
Oh, I was saying, are you guys going to go home? That was the question. Like, since it's December and
Oh,
you guys live.
Yeah, the semester has ended.
Caribou, let's read six Astakam prayers. Who will start?
I can start.
Yes, Prabhu.
Chaito Darpanamarganam Bhavamaha Davajnirvapanam Shreya Kairavuchandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Vardanam Pratipadam Purnamritaswadanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam
नाम्नामकारि बहुधानि च सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पितानि अमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवम् ईदृशमिहा जानिनानुरागः
Krennadapi Sunichena Taro Api Saheshnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Provide a slow motion, Prabhu.
Nadanam Nadanam Nasandarim Kavitam Vajagadish Kamaye Umajin Manijan Manishware Bhagavad Bhakti Rahit Hitvai.
आईनंद तनुचा किंकारं पतितां मां विषमे भवं बुधौ कृपाय तव पद पंकज स्थित धूलि सदृशं विंचितायः
Nayanam Galada Srudaraya Badanam Gadgada Rudaya Gira Pulakairene Chitam Vapukada Tavana Magrihane Bhavishyati.
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्राविर्ष्यायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे
आश्लिष्य पापादरतं विनष्टुमा मद्दर्शनान् हर्महतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा तदा तदं पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु श्रेयणापरा
Oh.
Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated of fears and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the ray of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benedictions to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. They are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking low, oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of past prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Oh
Oh Govinda,
Govinda, feeling your separation. Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Ibo Sri Sixtakam Ki Jai. Okay,
first
the
offense
sentences,
to
the holy name.
blaspheme the devotees who have
Uh,
dedicated their life for propagating the holy name.
you
Ibo.
hijacked me, Prabhu. To consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the names of the
To
Lord
consider
Vishnu.
the spiritual master or ordinary person or to disobey him.
Oh, Ibo. This is first time I hear
To
that
blaspheme
order.
yeah, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in preference to the Vedic version. To
Correct.
consider, I think Oh, to consider the what do you call it? I forgot that one, but then it's about imagination, glories. To consider the glories of
Glory.
chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination and to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord.
Ibo. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
I had to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna to mean auspicious ritualistic activities which auspicious ritualistic activities which is offered in the Vedas as spiritual activities, Dharmakanda.
9.
Nine.
To instruct the faithless about the glories of the holy name.
Ibo.
Yes,
Okay, last one.
last
To not have complete faith in chanting and to maintain material attachments even after learning so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting.
Ibo. Very nice. Every
devotee.
devotee
Haribol,
and every
Haribol.
Vaishnava must guard
Every
against these
devotee
offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema.
of prema.
Vancha
वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Namo Hari Bol.
Haribol,
Hari Bol
Prabhu. Thank
Jai.
you for your precious
Ram Sankirtan ki
education,
jai.
Prabhu.
Jai.
Jai.
Vaishnavita ki
Gaura
jai.
Prem.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Nitai Gaura Premanande.
Jai.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Haribol.